This is the Lime Flavored Network.
Yes.
Welcome to the greatest show online.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, we're on episode 11. Did you know that?
11? Oh my gosh! It seems like only last week we were on 10.
Yes, and it's also the 28th of June, 2013 right now. Were you aware of that?
20? Yes, I was, because it says so right down in the.
Yeah, on my screen. Yeah, that's right. We have no viewers at the moment.
Too.
Yeah, we have no viewers at the moment, but we are working on that.
Viewers. We have a viewer call.
We do have a guinea pig on the loose in the house.
Oh.
He's been captured. He's using his little piggy elevator, which is his pet carrier that he climbs in when he wants to go back up on the table to use the facilities.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I was unaware that you could train a guinea pig to do such things.
Well, because I was not involved in the training. There's a big plus there. Two, we've got the fact that any time that he got kind of antsy or pooped, he would put him back in his cage when he was younger. And triple, we don't mind the poop so much, but he lets us know when he has to pee.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I knew that, like cats, you could train a cat to use a toilet.
That would be so awesome.
That's kind of weird. Let me ask you something. Something came up in the news. It's kind of a big event thing happening right now, and I want to know what you think of it. The Paula Deen situation. You know about the Paula Deen situation, right?
Yes, and for those audio listeners, I had a mouthful of Kool-Aid, so I couldn't talk. Yes, I.
Which is wise.
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently, she said the N-word, which I say nigger occasionally.
Hey now.
I don't think that it should be considered the N-word. But she said something, a racial thing about a wedding, about getting rid of the white servers and bringing in all black servers and have them as slaves. She said this 26 years ago, from what I'm seeing. And it was just released that she said this 26 years ago, and now all of a sudden it's an issue.
That's how the world works. Is you could, like the word that you just uttered on the air, which I am not going to repeat on the air, because I am Lily White. The word that you just used in 40 years may be brought back up, and when you're the president of the world, they're going to take you out because you used that word online.
Right. Well, you know, I have issues with this whole concept. I feel that the people who are bitching about it are creating hate. Not her for saying what she did, but the people who are bitching about it. Those are the ones who are creating the hate right now, and I have issues with that.
The missus and I are 100% behind you on that one.
Yeah. One of the main things that I see with the situation being that that it is going to be an issue all the way up to one point. If you look at a black man and say, "Excuse me, sir, what do you prefer to be called?" If he says black, if he says African American, a person, we're going to have they should be giving. What do you want to be called? They look at say a person. That's when it's going to start ending. And until that's, I don't know. They're giving it power by separating themselves, just like everybody else.
Exactly. But I am also under the firm belief that if they are going to use the word, everyone should be able to use the word.
Mm-hmm.
So the idiots that continue to want to use the word in the first place need to realize...
And we know who you are, you idiots.
Yes. I'd use the word, but again, I'm not going to.
Right.
Because I am Lily White. The only thing whiter than me is the background on the Google Plus Hangout.
The only thing
Right.
lighter than you is what's underneath this shirt.
Do you have a no buy no chicken under your shirt?
No, I am an albino chicken. I decided to wear a bandana today. What do you think?
I see that. That's nice. I like that.
I never could
I'm
figure
wearing.
out. And I could never figure out how Hulk Hogan got these things to stick up like this. I was staring at, Hogan Knows Best one time. I'm looking, how the hell does he do that? Because I want to do
They
that.
look like really cool eyebrows. They're just kind of like.
Kinda. Well, what most people don't understand is that for someone's gigantic head like my own, you can't make a even triangle pulled it in half. What you have to do, since mine are folded in squares, like big, small squares, there's a middle point. You only fold the one corner up to the middle center point and then put it on, and that's how this happens.
Nice.
Yes. It's true.
Now, I've been wearing, we have at work, I work in a factory, and a lot of jobs that I've had, I've been in factories a lot in the last few years.
Wait a minute.
Last 8 years I was in one place, and then before that factory.
Now, you worked at the factory that manufactured Stupid. Which factory do you work at again now?
Oh, that was the Stupid factory. That one was Parker. We made everything from the primer bulbs for lawnmowers down to seals that go on grenades, or even parts that go on missiles and space shuttles. I mean, it was just rubber seals.
Okay. What do you work at now?
Right now, it's a place called Bison Trailers, or Bison. It's not trailers. That's not the word. Coaches, and wow, we make these. They're like horse trailers, but they're not just for somebody who owns a horse. They're for people who show their horses. So it has like the back part, you can put from 1 to like 3 horses in there. And then the front part is living quarters, where you can live in there. They've got showers and bathrooms and couches and pull out. I would happily live in one of those. Those things are like, they're amazing.
Well, you could have one and your horse.
What?
You can have a
You cut out
horse.
just then.
And you can have one and you can have a horse.
If I sold the house, because they're like $50,000 units.
Don't you get like an employee discount?
We do, but not that much. From what I understand, if we wanted to buy, say, parts there, if they were to take, say, metal and throw it in a dumpster, they sell it to the scrapyard, or whoever the hell they sell it to, for a certain price. That's the price they give it to us. So instead of being like, $3 per foot, we're getting it for like 40 cents per foot. Hi, DJ's wife.
Hi. So why don't you just buy all the pieces slowly and then build your own at home?
Because I'm the only guy in a metal shop who doesn't know how to weld.
I know how to weld.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I learned how to weld in high school.
I did a little, torching. I like to call it torching in high school. But there they've got the MIGs and the TIGs, and I don't know the difference. They've got like all the different burn metal, melt metal, cut metal type things.
The only things
I am the shear guy.
I remember using arc welder. I think we had a wire feed at the time. A plasma arc cutter. Just the plain gas welding.
That's pretty cool.
That's about all we had, I think.
See, that's the type of stuff that schools need, is practical teaching, not this. They throw math in our faces in school like it's something very important. They say, we're throwing this in your face because it's very important. They say that you will not walk through life with a calculator in your hand at all times. Yeah. Guess what?
We walk around with a
Now we
calculator
have cell phones.
to the internet all the time.
Exactly. Cell phones and iPods and all these deviceliness. They have shopping carts that have the built-in calculators. There's calculators everywhere you look, and they said this is important. You need to know how to do this because you will have these issues in life. Well, If I only knew now what I knew then, I'd give my teacher one big old middle finger straight up the blackboard.
When I was in high school, I didn't take any like home ec or cooking or girly classes. I was in are you being baker or something?
Yeah.
I took let's see, I was in woodworking classes, and I took small gas engines, welding, electrical wiring, and plumbing, I think. Was
Ironically, now she's a baker.
And yeah, now I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But that's kind of ironic to hear you.
be pregnant.
No, I've got
What's that?
Barefoot and unable to be pregnant.
shoes on.
Oh, she's got shoes on now, but normally she's barefoot.
I think that the school should be switching to a practical teaching instead of the curriculum. You know that one word that they say now.
Curriculum. Well,
You got it.
haven't there even been stories that they've stopped teaching classes on how to write checks, or I'm gonna. He's got his hand up the back of my shirt.
I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me.
But anyways, they've stopped teaching, like how to balance a checkbook and how to do simple accounting that you need for daily life, because they don't think they need to teach it.
Wow. It's just some of the things that we have in class. I told you about that comic that I seen, I believe, with the jungle animals. Did I tell you about that?
No.
It had a monkey and a goldfish in a bowl and an elephant and a bird, and it had like all these animals, and there was a guy sitting at a desk and says, okay, well, to make sure that your exams are fair, you're all going to be given the same test. The test is climb that tree. And that's the way that they do it in school. And so like the monkey had a big old smile on his face like, yeah, this is going to be easy. Just because they give everybody the same test does not make them equally qualified to. We all learn differently, and I think that they should prepare kids for that, what's that called? You know, where you're not dying? Life. They should be preparing us for life instead of preparing us to pass the tests that we'll forget about afterward because it's no longer relevant.
Agreed.
It seems like they want to most likely teach to be a blank slate of very little general information according to a school, like history, for example. I would use math a lot more than history in my case. But anyways, they definitely need to get more personalized as far as education goes, almost like a college type. Would you stop it?
History has got its points. There are occupations out there where history can be useful. But if you're not interested in history, then you're not going to get one of those type of jobs. Right. And that's the same case with a whole lot of these things. If you don't like this subject, you're not going to get this job. Most of the people out there, most of the people who I graduated with are going to have factory jobs or restaurant jobs, not because they don't want to do anything, but a lot of that stuff is out of their reach. You might have your doctors and your lawyers, but how many doctors and lawyers did I graduate with? There's not many of them.
Well,
I mean, I know those fuckers. I got high with a lot of them. They're not doctors and lawyers.
PJ and I both went to school for business management. I went to a private business college. He went to a two-year...
community college, 2-year.
Okay, so... Now, granted, my college went bankrupt because of embezzlement 6 months after I started there. So I have no degree.
Is that a coincidence?
What?
Is that just a coincidence? Or did you have something to do with that?
Yeah, I wouldn't sign papers for a student loan. And I was actively fighting against them to not be screwed over like the rest of the students.
Wow.
So anyways, at my private business college, I was taking, like, I guess typing classes because I couldn't test out of them, even though I type 99 words a minute. And I was taking accounting classes, and I was taking English. Now, DJ, on the other hand, was taking astronomy. And did you do a bowling class or something at one point?
No, I had
What else did you do that had nothing to do with a business degree?
criminal justice, professional, and creative writing. Two different.
There you go. Fucking mime school and shit. Yeah.
So there's a complete disconnect right there between going for the same degree and being told you have to take generals, or going somewhere specialized and actually letting you take classes that all pertain to your degree versus 3 classes that pertain to it, 3 that don't, and let's stretch this out to 8 years of college.
Right. Look at what DJ does now. I mean, granted, his other job isn't necessarily what I'm referring to. Huh?
What does he do? Because I don't know. Is it useful?
Well, like the mail route, that not so much, but this right here with the computers and the programming and putting out to the world, I mean, this is some shit that they could be teaching to the world. This is the type of stuff that kids should be learning, is how to use the programs that lets them get out there into the world. I'm really into this, the zeitgeist type movements that are happening now, and where it's, they're saying, hey, if there's information out there, who the hell are you to charge people for all this information? Information should be free and given, and
is that kind of like the guy that was getting charged for taking a bunch of information off of a website and making it public, and he committed suicide because the government was going after him to prosecute him as hard as they could for taking information off of a website that you had to pay to be a part of, or pay to be a member, or have a membership, and he thought that the information should be free and available to everybody. So he was basically siphoning it off and sticking it out there for people. And
I mean, that's the way it should be. It should be. It's knowledge, and it should be out there. If you know something that other people don't, you're obligated, in my opinion, to teach. Just because other people aren't teaching doesn't mean you shouldn't be learning. You should be getting anything you can from everybody you can, and I get pissed off when I see people dropping out of school and just wanting to sit around and play video games all fucking day. It's like, go do something. Be part of society, or I don't know.
You want to take over?
That's my rant.
Sorry. I'll get out of your way. I'll get off your lawn.
Yeah, get off my lawn.
Sorry.
Hey, you kids.
First off, I want to say to the viewers, if you can see, my eye is all red.
What did you do?
I have allergies, and it's like the peak of the allergy season, so I've been rubbing my eye itches, and they're watering.
To talk back.
Are you allergic to your wife?
No, I'm allergic. We have something called cottonwood trees here, and the cottonwood trees, when they're seeding, they scent. You have some cottonwood trees?
Oh yeah. Did you know that those big old blobs of cotton are flammable?
Yeah, I'm also allergic to them.
So set them on fire.
No. Like on my mail route, because I'm right smack in the middle of cottonwood country, it's like snow, and my nose starts running, and my eyes start watering, and I'm sneezing the whole bunch, and it's just terrible. But I think we're coming out of it because today is the best day that I've had in a while.
I saw today a place called Cottonwood Campgrounds, and I'm thinking, why would you want a campground where there's a bunch of cottonwoods? But yeah, it's cool because they'll, like you were saying, like snow, they can do that thing where they cover the ground in an area. So you take your lighter and you flip your bic over here, and it just burns across like wherever they're connected, and it'll just keep going and going and going and start setting things in your yard on fire. I don't advise doing that.
Publicly.
It's fun as hell, but don't do it, kids, because you can set fires and hurt people. It's really cool.
I want to go back to your education. People should teach things and learn. The problem, what we don't have anybody teaching for free. What we have, well, that's not true. We don't have anybody teaching anything useful for free. What we have is people teaching other people about fictional sky wizards that grant magical wishes. That's what they want to
I'm
teach.
not sure what you're talking about, but is there something online where I can find that? Because it sounds really neat.
Maybe magical sky wizards that grant wishes. Yes.
Oh, I think I got what you're saying there. Yeah.
Ask him often enough and get other people to ask him too.
Yes, if you ask the magical sky wizard, if you wish hard enough, the magical sky wizard, if you and all of your friends get together and wish the same thing, the magical sky wizard will make it happen. Not that it's coincidence, not that it's a weather pattern that happens to bring rain, not that it's somebody else that found the information and they'll claim that they did, rather they were pointed there by this magical sky wizard. It's just, yeah.
Magical Sky Wizard. I am writing that one down because that's just fucking cool. Magical Sky Wizard.
It's true. A magical
Wow.
sky wizard. Grants wish.
Yes, I do believe though that that a lot of that information it should be free. Now, if you were to look on YouTube, there are so many different how-to videos on there. I mean, you can pretty much learn how to do anything from there. So if you have questions, fucking look it up.
I've learned how to replace the window motor in my car. The whole mechanism that moves the window up and down broke. So we went on to YouTube and found a video on how to fix it.
There you go.
We also learned how to fix our PS3 because we were getting that yellow light or the red light of death or whatever it is. And we
I
found
fixed the screen on my iPod.
we found a YouTube video that told us how to take our PS3 apart and resolder it and make it work again. And it did work for about a month. but I was proud of us for taking it apart, baking it in the oven, and putting it back together and have it turn on.
Well, that's cool.
So yes,
Yeah.
YouTube.
But I think that this information is out there and free. What these people are paying for is someone to explain it to them as if they are a 4-year-old, because that's apparently the only way people learn anything. At least the people that are willing to pay you want to be taught as if they're 4 years old.
Or tell them my theory on
Right.
how you have to pay to hear the opinion and then you agree with it.
Or Trisha believes that I have to pay someone else to hear the opinions that she's giving me, and once I've given somebody money for it and they tell me exactly what she told me, then I believe it.
Right. That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Now, you know, there are tons of books out there. One thing that that my dad had said to somebody here back when he was working at the railroad. Now, this is a long time ago. There was my dad was talking about this. My uncle at the time was talking to my dad about a little R2. He's so cute. That's cool.
It's a green one.
Nice.
Yeah, if you can see him there. All right,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt.
Anyways, he was working at the railroad, and they were talking about something, and the guy couldn't figure anything out. A couple black guys who were talking, and my uncle at the time said, "Look, man, I don't want to hear you bitching about it. You want to know about something? Right here." And he holds up a library card, and he says, "Take this, go to your library, and look it up. All the information's there." And this guy actually said to him, he says, nobody ever gave me a library card. And he says, you gotta go in and ask for one. You know, people want things handed to them.
Yeah,
And that's not how the world works. But if you ask the questions, if you do your search, put a little freaking effort into things, I don't know, man.
It's true. People want things handed to them.
I don't want. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm doing the lottery thing. I just bought 3 tickets today. The price of the Powerball had gone up this past year or two from $1 ticket to $2 ticket. But last week I had mentioned that if they were to cut the benefits to stay at home and not get a job, more people will get a job. That it would work out more in the government's favor to do this. Here's something else I was thinking about that would work better in the government's favor. Let's say the lottery was up to $200 million. All right.
Yes.
Did I talk to you about this already?
Probably not.
It's up to $200 million. If you were to win that, immediately you take the cash option, they drop it down to $100 million. Taxes, they take out another half, bring it down to $50 million. So here you're pissed off because the government just stole from you $150 million. Not that they gave you $50 million, but that they stole from you $150 million. That's the way that we as people, especially the greedy people that we are, would see that. Now, would it not be more beneficial? It's up to $200 million. So they say, no. And instead of telling you it's at $200 million, they say, look, you can win this $25 million tax-free. Tax-free, $25 million right here. And everybody will be like, wow, $25 million, that's a lot of money. Well, that's $25 million less than what they would have gotten the other way. But they're happy because they weren't given a large piece of money and then had it taken away from them. The government's happy because they're getting more money in the first place. Everybody's happy because of the whole ignorance thing. Nobody knows what's being taken from them, and they're happy about it. Because you're not taking from me, you're giving to me.
But here's the key. When, not if, when we win the lottery, we're probably taking the annuity, which means I will continue working for about a year, maybe two, after which point I will retire at 38 or 39 years old, and I will jet set around the world, stopping every week in Indiana to have the greatest show online. And yeah, and
man, I don't know if I could make that appointment, dude. I got work.
Well, actually, if you're thinking about this, perhaps there is a company that ends with .com and starts with lime flavored that might pay its on-air talent to be on-air talent.
Wow. I'm on air talent.
You are. See how this works, Bob?
Yeah, I think I'm catching on.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that will say, you know, the millions of dollars never made anybody happy. It's because everybody and their mother comes out of the woodwork, and you have cousins that you've never even thought existed, and blah blah blah. Well, I was thinking about this on the way home today, and I thought, let's say cousin Abe. I don't have a cousin Abe, by the way. Cousin Abe from mom's side of the family. He's a 17th cousin. Okay, he literally actually is a 17th cousin. Why am I going to give 1 cent to anyone who has not been part of my life up to this point?
Right, exactly. Now, you did hear about the show How the Lottery Has Ruined My Life, where they had such stories like the guy had his house here, he had a neighbor here and here on both sides of him, and then there's an alleyway, and 3 houses on the other side. So there he had like 5 neighbors or something like that. And the week that he won the lottery, 4 out of the 5 neighbors fell on his property and sued him for millions of dollars. What the fuck? So if you were to ever win that much money, immediately take somebody that you trust and sign off all your property to them. Right off the bat, sign off for your property. Then you get yourself an accountant and a lawyer and a big fucking fence, and then you can start owning things again.
Or you can actually start an LLC and like buy your house from yourself too. And if you're an LLC, you do the liability.
What was that, Bob?
Wife lady made me pizza.
Ooh.
It's homemade pizza with I told her pepperoni, black olives, and cheese, but all I see is the cheese. There is bacon on top, but I'm sorry, there's good bacon on top. So maybe there's Roni's inside. You want to make this really really awesome? Hey Brian, can you bring me a fork, please? A fork.
Or a spork.
Oh, sporks. I
Yes.
stole one. I stole the fork from the jail when my brother worked there. Don't tell anyone.
You've just told nobody, Bob. Nobody watches this show. Don't worry about it.
Oh, right. Okay. The unifork? How is it a unifork? It has like 4 thingies.
It's one fork.
It's one fork. Okay. Brilliant.
One fork to eat them all.
Nice.
Yes. You know what? I think I'm going to look up on YouTube what our hits look like so that I can tell you.
That would be awesome.
Because I am way behind on putting up. This will be the third show in a row that we've done where I haven't posted it yet. I got to stop working on that damn trailer and actually put up some show.
Is there a link on Facebook that I can share?
Is there what?
There is a link. I will share it.
Yeah, share that. Share that shit, Bob.
Share that beautiful bean footage. Did I share it? What the hell? What happened here?
Beautiful bean.
What did you do? Oh, there's pepperoni and black olives in here. Oh, she rocks. That's why I
But-
married her. She makes good pizza.
That's
Well,
what you asked for.
there's other reasons. Yeah. Well, normally, it's like I know what you want, but this is what I'm making.
Let's see. Okay, I didn't get to YouTube, so let's try going this direction.
I will tell you that so far, this the conversation today is. I was real impressed with today's. If I wasn't on the show, I'd be watching this neat shit. Hey, where'd your post go? I was on here.
And I even shared it on myself. Ooh, I just found a video how to fold panties.
Panties aren't my favorite thing in the world. We're right next to it.
Okay, Bob. Let's see here.
Yes.
If I look, let's go back to the greatest show online, #1, Offensiver. We have 6 views.
Offensiver.
Yes.
6 views.
Yes. What looks bad is above it, Limelight on Apple, #6. I Can Hide Porn on My iPhone is the title of that one. 53 views. We have 6 views for our second show. We have 4 views for our third show. We have 2 views for our fourth show. 10
Huh.
for our fifth show. 36 for our sixth show. And that one is the best lap dance for
What
2.
was that one called? So that's the trick then.
Yes. Is to write something about, lap
That's
dances.
true.
Zombie Survival Kit, unfortunately, only has 4 views, whereas Albino Squirrel has 15.
I know I just seen your link on here, and I don't know where it went. If I was a link, where would I be? Ooh, in a zoo.
Let me share it again on my my page. And then you can just look at my feed.
The Facebook one?
Yes. How many fucking times do I have to tell you? Only rap rhymes. How many
Sure.
times? What?
I hit the share button.
Awesome.
Not as in like the Sunny and share button. Okay, we are live. Okay, they know it's important because live is all capitals, so they know that's some serious shit.
That's correct. That is correct.
Wouldn't be serious if it wasn't all capitals.
Right?
Man, I feel like shit today.
You look like shit.
Not like
That
warm and
helps.
squishy, but like shit. Thank you. I mean, fuck you. I mean, Hi.
Why don't,
So,
why don't you?
no, I had like, I don't know if it's the heat, but I've had like this dizziness. It's kind of like, a day of being on roller coasters and you end up with that like motion sickness, plus migraine, plus like a hungover roller coaster. Oh, that's why it suffices to say I feel like shit.
Is that like when a bee flies right up your nostril, the right nostril? You puke and shit at the same time, very projectile based, and your eyes bleed?
Now I make this pizza taste much better.
What I should do now is look up the goriest video on YouTube and play it in the screen so you can watch it.
Here's one thing that I like bees. Bees I like. You mentioned bees going up my nose. I was at a football game here a couple years ago, and right after getting there, there's this bee like swarming around my head, and people were like swatting at this bee. So I stick my finger in the top of my pop, like this, and I held it up like this to the bee, where he landed on my finger, and he was drinking the pop. And after a while, the pop was gone. He actually drank all the pop off my finger and flew up, and he was just kind of like doing this thing right here. So I dipped it again, and I was feeding this bee throughout the entire football game. Bees are cool.
I would say that. Uh-oh. Oh, man. My lower third stopped working. Oh, there it goes. Aha. There we go. See that, Bob? See that shit?
Bob Philip Bebop. Nice.
Yeah.
Not Rocksteady. Just Bebop.
Bob fed a bee pop. Yeah.
Bebop.
Bee pop. Bee pop. Beep 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 pop. Bzz, 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 bzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Did you know that the same year Kurt Cobain killed himself, Justin Bieber was born?
I don't think that's coincidence, dude.
That's the worst year ever.
Wow. Now, I don't know. I didn't really, as far as celebrities go, there was a conversation that came up at work the other day, and that was, it was the same thing like this chick who made the racial slurs, I'll say it that way, the fact that if she didn't have money, nobody would give a fuck. But also, all the stuff that was said about Michael Jackson and all those things that any celebrities, people talk shit about. They're like, oh, leave me alone, this isn't fair. If for some reason I got really popular on here, or I can't sing, so I wouldn't be like a musician or anything, but for some reason I got really popular, and people paid to see me, and I was making millions of dollars off my fans, just saying, you motherfuckers can say anything about me that you want. I'm okay with that. That's what it means to be famous, is that you are pretty much selling your soul to the people. They can do with it what they want. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a quality show, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
You're eating, and I've got nothing to say.
Oh, no, this has been one hell of a show. We've covered a lot of topics.
We've covered topics. Normally, we're funny. Well, funnier.
Ooh. Yeah.
And
You know what I watched last night?
What did you watch last night?
Boondock Saints. I got some music onto my iPod that I forgot that I had on my computer, and that would be, it's an Irish heavy metal band, Dropkick Murphys. Really cool. Well, I was listening to them at work, and I was like, I haven't seen the Boondock Saints for a while. Have you seen the Boondock Saints?
I have. I want to see the second one, but I've heard it's not as good.
There's a scene that's totally awesome. The movie as a whole isn't as good, but it's definitely worth seeing. And that bearded guy, the guy with the beard, he's awesome. His voice alone, I I could easily go to sleep with him telling me stories.
You're talking
if you
about
just-
Connolly.
Yes,
Yeah,
that guy.
he's
He used to be a teacher, head of the class. He was in that Timeline movie, written by Michael Crichton. Yeah,
he's
something about the accent and then the deepness of his voice were.
he's also
great.
in the X-Files movie, the newest one. I want to say it's Brian Connolly.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen the newest X-Files?
I don't think so.
What, are you retarded?
I had we were at a party one time, me and my wife, and I didn't know nobody there. Well, we were drinking a lot because, well, like I was saying, I didn't know anybody there. One of the guys had this big rock that he was tossing off to the side, and when he did, I looked at him and I says, "You dropped your rock," because that was a line from Braveheart. Well, unbeknownst to me, that was going to cause like this massive thing, and for the rest of the night, this huge group of drunken Indiana people were talking in that accent. It was really neat. We did the log toss game like they do there. We had like this big board, and of course we are drinking a lot, and we're like trying to see who can throw the log the furthest.
Okay.
It was awesome.
It's Billy Connolly.
Billy Connolly?
Yes.
Yeah,
Billy
he's cool.
Connolly is in such wonderful shows as... Let's go all the way back in time here. I'll just give you the highlights. We've got Muppet Treasure Island, Beverly Hills Ninja, Boondock Saints, The Last Samurai,
He was in that.
Files I Want to Believe, and he's in the 2 of the new Hobbit movies.
Wow. Are you on IMDb?
I am.
Is there anything in the future about a third Boondock Saints?
No. Well, at least not starring him.
I don't remember if he got through the second one or not.
Well, let's go look at the rest of the cast and see what we can find out here. Let's pick one of the... Let's choose him. He looks important. No. There is
And the one brother? Who would have thought by the one brother that he would have ended up riding a motorcycle using a crossbow to save us from zombies? That's cool as shit.
Yeah, holy buckets. Yeah, Daryl Dixon is one of the 2 Irish brothers.
He just got that way of talking about him.
Interesting.
Man, I'm fucking melting out here.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. There's gonna be a puddle of Bob. I'm gonna have to mop me up.
Ooh, Puddle of Bob.
Puddle of Bob.
I'll mop you up, Bob. Do you want to know? There's a difference. The Irish and Scottish accents are completely opposite. No matter what you say,
They're different?
yeah. Well, no matter what you say, in a Scottish accent, it sounds like you're really pissed off. I love flowers. See, it sounds like I'm very angry. And
Yeah.
Irish is just the opposite. No matter what you say, it sounds like you're happy about it, like you're the greatest person in the world. So you could say, "Hey, go fuck yourself." See? Sounds happy. That's the major
Oh,
difference.
this stuff leprechaun. If it's not Scottish, it's crap.
Have you
That was
seen
a
the
skit
George
that I
Washington
seen.
rap?
I don't believe so. Well,
Oh.
maybe. Is that one of the videos you shared with me? Oh my gosh, I faded away. I gotta stay close because there's a light here.
Yes, I'm gonna send you a link in our chat program here.
Fucking Wildcat?
What?
You're gonna send me a Wildcat?
No, I'm gonna send you a link.
Aren't links like these fucking mountain lions? Linkovich Shabowski. Link.
Kinda. Oh boy.
Hey, I may have a hard time hearing you, but I gotta turn this fan back on, so I'm dying here.
I understand, Bob. I understand.
Hey, guess who's back?
Back again. Bob is back.
Me. I'm back.
Yes. Okay,
Dude, I
Bob.
thought you would have had that one.
In chat, I have posted the link to the George Washington rap.
Where at? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Vinyl.
Oh crap! I got advertising playing. Hang on a second.
Then you tend to be a smart.
You're gonna watch that shit and enjoy it because it's awesome, and I'm gonna let the viewers watch it. I think.
Should I watch it now?
Yeah, why not? I'll entertain everybody with a song and a dance.
Alright, so here we go. It's coming up. It's through YouTube. Waiting for YouTube. Oh! I have it as a little square off on the side of the computer here so I can still see DJ.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
So, it is loading. George Washington.
Washington.
Washington. Do you still see my face while I'm watching this?
Yes, and it is very close to the screen.
Yeah, because that's how I can hear it. The ultimate girl fail competition. Okay, cartoon violence. This must be a. Yeah, this is a advertisement or advertisement for those of you who don't know how to pronounce it.
Or if they're out of the country, Bob. Because not everybody says it correctly.
It says an error occurred. Please try again later. So I will try again later. I'm gonna close this out now.
Yeah. The Washington rap, and then on the webpage that I brought up, there should also be. Let's see here if it's on there. Oh, it's not on there. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to find the other video I want you to watch, which was the idea that I got to send you that one anyway. So let's see.
This actually falls on a fruit group, by the way.
The video?
Hey, Brian! Can you bring me another drink, please? I love that kid. He's awesome. He's my universal remote control.
Okay, I just sent you another link in the chat. It's for Bring the Gold, which is by the same guy. It's a leprechaun singing. But
Bringing the gold.
bring the gold or I'll bring the pain.
Heading back over to YouTube.
You'll have
Excellent.
to.
This will work, kid. Thank you.
You know, you have a universal remote. I should see if mine works. Bring me some
Oh, bring the gold.
cons and water.
Oh, yeah, we got a look on
Oh! Please?
This is amusing. Oh, wow.
Line your panties. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Now, the ironic thing, though, this is kind of weird, is that when I went to this, there is a Anybody familiar with YouTube knows that you have the video that you're watching, and then along the side are other videos that kind of go along with that. The top one is called "It's Natural," and all I see is a duck and a dick. There's like
Yes.
a person standing there with no pants on. It's a cartoon, and a duck. So that's.
Yeah.
a duck
I'm
and a
very
dick.
interested in watching that one.
You what?
I'm very interested in watching that one, but I'm not sure why.
Have you seen the movie Long Kiss Goodnight?
No.
It's a really good movie. It has I can't think of her name. The chick who she's the redheaded from why the fuck can't I think of it? Anyway, she has amnesia. It starts out where she has amnesia, and then it turns out where she's an assassin working for the government, and she was shot, and so that's what gave her amnesia. So here she is trying to make this life and figure out who she is, and then she starts she gets in this accident where it starts releasing these memories, and she realizes she's an assassin. Samuel L. Jackson, I believe, is in that.
Samuel L. Jackson's in everything.
Yeah. And in that movie, he has in his notebook, and they even what is going on down there? There's something in the road, and there's people like driving around, and it looks like they dropped a tree in the middle of the road. Wow. He said, "I found it right here in your book, next to a picture of a dick." And he goes, "That's a duck, not a dick," because you can see how it looks like a duck once he says duck, but it looks like a dick when he says dick. So I had to bring that up due to the dick duck thing.
Well, Dick and Duck are only one letter apart.
Yeah, because ducks can have dicks, but dicks, they don't normally have ducks.
No.
They can, but it's kind of unusual, I think.
Quack.
Aflac.
Aflac.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Hey, Laura?
This is riveting.
Hey, what the hell's going on the road out there? Do you see it? It looks like a tree went down in the road.
Hey, Bob, limeflavor.com is sending you to report, investigate, and report back.
Here, live from Warsaw, Indiana, we seem to have some neighbors who have taken out a tree. It's blocking the road. Oh my gosh, there's cars stopping and driving around. It's okay, they have orange cones. They are taking safety precautions. Now, whether or not anyone was hurt by this tree, other than the tree itself, it does look injured. Just laying there, I can't say. But I'll tell you what, though, I will investigate and I will get back to you as this story unfolds. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. We need you to report on these things. What we're interested in knowing are three things. The first thing is whether or not the tree is bleeding, which would indicate that it was assaulted or injured in a violent manner. Two,
okay.
Whether or not you can bring the ice cream. And then three, whether or not someone was crushed by the tree.
Ooh, see, there's definitely an important question there. Yeah, when the tree fell, if there was somebody standing under, see, I don't even know if there's any ice cream.
I'm so glad that that's the one you chose to answer.
Well, I figured I'd get the important ones taken out of the way there. And
Yes.
I don't know what this is on top of my Dr. Pepper can either.
Is it Famunda cheese?
No, it's like little funkiness, you know, just that little funkiness that goes around the edge. Now, normally I wouldn't care, but have you heard stories about like animals, like mice, that get into these factories and like pee on a can and then somebody dies from it?
Yes.
Talk about some embarrassing shit. It says Dr. Pepper. To get sick from drinking Dr. Pepper, it's like, I don't know. That's some embarrassing shit. Yeah, it's crazy. I even tried using that T-shirt trick where you take the shirt and you roll it up real small and try to get the stuff out. Nothing seems to be working. The tree is still down. I think it's hurt. Wait a minute. They're bringing parts of this tree out to the road. They're bringing it out to the road.
Are they building a dam in the road?
That could be. I don't think that since vehicles are having a hard time, I think that beavers would equally have a hard time. Not, man. You know, I kind of want to go out there and just kind of kick someone in the nuts. Excuse me, sir, are you responsible for this tree being here? Why, yes I am. Okay, let me kick you in the nuts.
I believe dick punch would be the proper means of solving that problem.
Yeah, dick punch.
It's true.
Some people just deserve a dick punch.
And other people like to drink it. I want to own a restaurant, Bob. And I want to call this restaurant, "Thank you for calling, how may I help you?" Because I want my employees to answer the phone, "Thank you for calling, how may I help you, how may I help you?" But that's not it,
Nice.
Bob. All of the stools that you'll be sitting on at this restaurant will be tall stools. And all of the tables will be low tables. The reason for this is because if you and your party have drinks on the table and I walk by and dip my nuts in your drink, you get your entire meal free.
Wow. See, and people would go for that. They'll be like, "Oh man, I hope he dips his nuts in my drink." And you'll be all like, "Man, you know, because here's shit that we used to do in the military, and they didn't like it. But you didn't give them a free meal either. Now they're going to love it."
And the fun part is I won't care whether or not it's coffee or iced tea. It's the risk I take by dipping my nuts in your drink. That you
Wow. You are a brave man.
It's true. It's true.
Wait, how did you do that? I took the drink, and you burped.
It's true. It's very true. We're
There's
psychically connected.
There's something else I was going to talk to you about, and I don't remember what it was now. I think you hit a spot when you were talking about the restaurant, and the theme to said restaurant. Oh, yes. Did you end up looking up the Geiger bars?
Geiger bars.
Geiger, Gigger bars. There used to be one in New York. The guy, H.R. Geiger or Giger or however the hell you pronounce it.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that last week with the guy who
I don't know if
made
you
the
ever
alien.
looked it up. It's the guy who made the Alien from the Alien movies, and he does like awesome freaky art. Well, he has these chains of bars in like fucking Switzerland and around the world, and these bars are like they're horror bars, to where the tables are made out of like bones and there's dead babies in the wall, and just like it's really where else can you have dead babies in the wall? Well, legally. Because they're like statues. Man, I don't know what this guy's doing. He's annoying me. Speaking of annoying me, let me tell you about what happened on my way home today.
Okay.
We were in Fort Wayne for about 45 minutes from here, and on the way home, I'm driving, because that's how I get home, and this guy, he fucking pulls out right in front of me. Now, this happens all the time. You know, people are dicks that way. Now, I'm doing 60 miles an hour, and this guy pulled out in front of me, and I had to, like, really quickly slow down so I didn't hit him. Otherwise, it would have been my fault, because this guy's dick, it would have been my fault. So, while I'm following this guy, he goes over the yellow line. Goes over the yellow line. Drives on the yellow line. Goes over the yellow line. He's just being, like, king douche. Now, me and my wife are both like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Well, he was doing this for quite some time. Now they're doing like 60 miles an hour. He's going around curves. He's like in the other lane, and here comes another vehicle. The other vehicle barely misses him. So in front of him is this truck. Now I want to go around this asshole face, but I can't because I'm afraid that if I do, he's going to swerve into me. Well, I end up going around him. So I'm doing like 80 miles an hour getting around this guy. And while I'm passing this douchebag doing 80 miles an hour, I go past this cop who immediately pulls out into the road and behind us. I'm like, fuck. So I come up to this stop sign, I stop, and I go, and this guy who is from out of state, because the reason I know this is because Indiana only requires you to have license plates on the back of your car, and this one had a license plate in the front and the back. So I know that he was an out-of-state asshole. He comes to the stop sign, doesn't stop all the way. King douche. Nice.
Okay, sorry.
Comes to the stop sign, doesn't use his turn signal, doesn't stop all the way. He turns and takes off down the road. So the cop went after him instead. And I was like, yeah, he's about to get anal raped by karma.
Like prison.
Like what?
Like in prison.
Yeah, just like that. So that wasn't really a story so much as a rant. I rant a lot.
That's fine, Bob. Rants sometimes make the best stories.
They do. Yeah. Such as some asshole bringing a goddamn tree out in the middle of the road. Just saying. You know, if this, I don't think that it would pick it up. Otherwise, I would turn this camera. I would turn this camera right around and no, I would show you this because it's like it's outside, but I don't think that this camera would pick that up.
Let's turn it around. Let's give her a shot, Bob.
All right, let's see if we can do this. This is us turning around.
Oh, yeah.
There's the window. And out the window. Can you see it?
Well, I see lights, and now I see flashing, you know.
Their headlights.
The guy has got this tree across the road. I don't know what he's doing, but he's like dragging more stuff out there. So here's these cars trying to get by, and his ass face is, I don't know, people piss me off. Things will be different when I run this country.
Are you just going to run the country, or are you going to run the world?
Ooh, good point. Wow. Well, you know, the very good point on that is the fact that if I do run this country, I'm essentially attempting to run the world because that's what our country likes to do.
Yeah, we do have a tendency to get involved in things we don't need to be involved in.
Yes, we currently have got troops all over the world in places that we do not need troops to be. And my question is, why? That guy over there, he's an ass face. But I'm in here, in my house. You know why? Because I'm not on that road. I'm not out there. If I was out there, I'd be like, hey, ass face, what the fuck are you doing? Because he's out there and I'm in here, I don't give a fuck what he's doing. I mean, it's intriguing, and I want to see if he gets his freaking balls kicked, but it doesn't affect me. So I'm in here and just commenting to him and kind of being a dick myself.
What I've been doing, and the people will now see this that I've gotten the camera to switch, is I've got some product placement going on here.
Ooh, I was just thinking I could really go for some Kool-Aid.
See, it worked. Kool-Aid, you should give us money to sponsor us.
That's awesome.
I would be a little worried about that, though, about Kool-Aid specifically, because if somebody, I don't remember what the phrase is to get the Kool-Aid man to break through the wall, but I wouldn't want to say it.
Where the guy gonna break through your wall and shit.
I don't think that's the phrase.
The Kool-Aid man is seriously, like, if you are endorsed by them, you give them the rights to have this giant fucking glass of water bust through your wall and say, oh yeah!
It's true.
Now, speaking of Kool-Aid and other sugary type drinks, have you heard about the girl who her and her mom are suing for $5 million for pain and suffering because she has acquired diabetes due to the sugary drinks that she's been drinking, the low fructose, corn syrupy stuff that gives you potentially can give you this disease, and so she is suing these companies for $5 million because she doesn't feel it's right. Because there's no reason why her mother should be held responsible for allowing her to drink all these sugary foods. Her mother's actually saying, well, it's not my fault for letting her drink it. It's your fault for putting it in foods that she wants to drink. Have you heard about that?
No, I would like high fructose corn syrup to be banned, but I also believe that lawsuit should fail miserably. And I believe to cut down on frivolous lawsuits that people should also run the risk of losing that much that they are suing for if their lawsuit is frivolous, for, say, suing McDonald's because their coffee is hot.
Yeah. You know what, though? That's not the worst lawsuit that McDonald's has had. It wasn't that long ago where the kids tried to sue because they got fat from eating McDonald's. So now McDonald's has to have, like, the calorie count for everything on there. The problem lies in as soon as one person gets money for that, then somebody else says, hey, I'm fat. I've eaten at McDonald's. So if they were to award this girl a penny of this money that she wants, what's going to happen? You're going to have every motherfucker out there with diabetes. Don't get me wrong. Diabetes is a terrible thing, and I'm sorry for anybody who has it. But you're not entitled to money from anybody. You're sick, and I'm sorry for that, but that's you. If, for some reason, everybody out there who had diabetes now tries to take money from the people who create foods that have sugar in them, what's going to happen? All of a sudden, you're going to be paying $8 for a Snickers bar because they're paying for these damn lawsuits out of this profit. They're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to stay in business. So who the fuck's to pay $8 for a goddamn candy bar? The people who are doing that type of shit are single-handedly trying to bankrupt our country and send us into another depression. So fuck you guys.
Mrs. Allen will be saying something when she lets the dog in.
Oh, okay.
She's got something to say.
I got something to say.
I was going to go there, but then I remembered it's Metallica.
I like Metallica.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Sit over. Give me some of your chair or something to sit on. Okay. Speak. Dog. No.
DJ's wife, are you barking at me?
So speaking of the diabetes thing.
Yes.
Okay, I thought he wanted to be on camera. Come here.
We're about to have a dog guest star.
Ooh.
All right, here we go.
Hello, puppy.
So, puppy, are you waving?
Yes.
You're trying. A couple summers ago, or last summer, we were at a barbecue. And this guy there was telling us a story about someone he knew that was in the military. And he developed diabetes while he was in the military. And now he is getting paid disability payments from the military for the rest of his life because he developed diabetes while he was in the military. And I said, that made 0 sense to me. He's like, well, why? It happened while he was in the military. And I said, he's completely capable of working for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And yes, that's true. And I said, so if that's the case, then my job that I had when I developed endometriosis should end up paying me for the rest of my life for developing an incurable condition because I worked there when it happened.
What they should have done is they should have kicked him out of the military and taken away his pay, with the reasoning being of if he did not eat properly, or they gave him food and he chose to eat something else and developed this, then he's destroying government property. By letting himself get sick by eating the wrong foods, he has destroyed government property. He should have been arrested. He should have been having his pay taken away. And he should have been thrown out of the military. That would have prevented other people from doing the same thing.
Yeah, I completely disagreed with this guy. I couldn't even believe he was like saying it and defending this person, and I think that was the last time I talked to him.
It's like if you are, let's say, held prisoner in a POW camp, and you're being like raped by the locals like on a nightly basis, and because of this you end up with AIDS, then yes, you should be getting paid from your government because of this disease that you got. If, however, you're overseas and you can't stay out of the whorehouses and you acquire a disease, hey man, that was you. That had nothing to do with the government. That was you. Fucking stop your whining, man up, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is costing our government money, and if you're costing my government money, you're costing me money.
Yes. Guess what, Bob?
What?
It's a little over an hour now.
Oh.
I know. It's very sad. But I have to work early in the morning. And
Really?
I do. I deliver
Guess
mail.
what time I got out of work today?
What time you got out of work today?
Got out of work today. Today I had to count things. We had an inventory today, so we had to count things. When we all done counting things, labeling things, the boss came around and he double counted some stuff. And if those were good, then he got his boss who came out and double counted some stuff. If those were good, we got to go home. I went home at 11 o'clock today. So I have the rest of today off, Saturday and Sunday off, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off, Saturday and Sunday off because that's the weekend, and I got to be back to work that following Monday. Now, granted, I'm not getting paid for these days, but hey, you know, we've got savings. We're good.
Yeah. Ah! Yeah, my computer muted my mic, and I'm not sure why. Kool-Aid, just remember.
That's weird because I heard you the whole time.
Oh.
What is that thing? What do you have there?
This?
Yeah.
This was what my library card came on. The big card fits in there, and the little key ring card fits right there.
Library card? Ain't nobody never give me no library card.
Gotta go in and ask for one, Bob. Yeah, I've been mashing it because my card.
And you know, since that conversation, the knowledge is on these things right here. The computers, the world opening up to us. Fucking take advantage of that, people.
Yes.
Learn shit.
Learn shit.
Learn shit.
Okay, Bob, your assignment for next week is to watch the George Washington link I sent you.
Okay, I can do that.
We will comment on it copiously. And as for the rest of this particular show, I suppose we'll just say ta-ta for now, and then do what we normally do and pick the title, which there isn't going to be many to choose from, so it's going to be a short pick.
Okay.
Oops. Okay, I had to change the title here so that I can bring this up, and it's not popping up, but that's okay, it will.
My dog's
Here we go. And you can still see the Kool-Aid.
Yay, Kool-Aid!
All right, Bob.
I don't know why he insists on doing that.
Yeah. Exactly. Dr. Pepper, you can sponsor us too.
What? Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes. We would also love, absolutely love, to be sponsored by all kinds of neat things.
Yeah.
All right, anyway.
Like that fruit company.
Yes, the fruit company. Bob, I'll see you next week on the same Bat channel.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.